Just like the majority of people on the planet, you were most likely born into a household or environment or family system rooted in chaos, rooted in discord, rooted in survival. And these early imprints, experiences, I'm talking all the way back to your time in the womb, to times before that, all that's been imprinted with your ancestors. These codes and actual effects on our gene expression are still living in your body, mind, and nervous system. They are, in fact, what's driving your current experience of reality. It's the unconscious. It's beyond logic. It's in your tissues. It's in your cells. And most likely, you were raised in an environment or had experiences of trauma or challenge or upset or contraction that imprinted and left literal residue, literal residue that's now creating your current paradigm, your current hologram, your perception of reality from what's been planted and grown from within. And I don't know about you, but these last few weeks have been incredibly activating, incredibly challenging. It feels like it's swooped in out of nowhere, and all of these old patterns and survival mechanisms and programs are like being really awakened in myself right now in a deeper way than they have been. And we're always peeling new layers. We're always accessing new portals of our own evolution. But this has been really, really, really intense. I've spoken about it in my other videos. And today what's been coming up for me is an insane amount of the stress response. And look, I love my parents, I love my family, I'm so grateful for my life and my childhood, but it's had its own share of challenges and trauma and complex trauma. And, you know, in the human experience, you will have experienced some form of shutdown, some form of trauma. Your nervous system is probably in some form of a survival state, in fight or flight, in freeze, in functional freeze, in fawn, in some capacity. And Kabbalistically, right, we chose this. Our souls chose the exact parents, the exact scenarios, the exact events, the exact situations that would activate what we came to the planet to heal and transform, so we can expand our vessel and receive more of the light of the Creator. That's more blessings, more fulfillment, more success, more abundance, more peace of mind, more healthy relationships, more vitality, like all the things you want, I want, right? So understanding that frame of context, but also not bypassing the real intensity that's happening in your psyche, in your emotions, in your energetic field, in your somatic body, in the unconscious, in the nervous system. And this is the way we're going into what is currently causing you the most pain or chaos, the most stress or worry, anxiety, is the portal, is the gateway. And you need to access the root. You need to access the root of it, because so much, even in the personal improvement space or the spiritual industrial complex, whatever you want to call it, I find it still so surface level, so mind-based, so stuck in colonial and capitalistic patterns. And look, if you're watching this video right now, you're here to break that. You're not here to just break that as an artist. You're here to break that in your family line. You're here to break that for the collective good. You're here to break the old, alchemize that pain, and rebirth the new earth, the new artistic paradigm, the new way of being that radiates from within, that emanates from your soul truth. And ultimately, if you've been raised in an environment of chaos, balance, calm, peace, stability will seem unsafe to you. In fact, situations that trigger the stress response will be more familiar to you. And that's where cycles of self-sabotage come in. I see it with me. I see it with my clients. I see it with almost everyone. We all go through this. And I really want to offer a new perspective on self-sabotage, because so many say, oh, it's the worst thing, this thing, blah, blah, blah. Ultimately, it's there to protect you. It's a protective mechanism. It's a survival mechanism. And the grand majority of us have been in survival mode. And that's something that I'm so devoted to creating in this space. Moving artists, moving creatives, moving entrepreneurs, moving visionaries and leaders into thrival mode, and normalizing that in the mind, body, nervous system. And this is a practice. Just like you go to the gym to build muscle, so you show up for your tapping practice or your breath work, or whatever you do, your meditation work, to rewire, refire the literal neurons in your brain, your actual gene expression, choosing the timeline you want to be occupying, elevating your destiny to the possibility that's already here in the field of infinite possibilities. But it's not through bypassing it. It's through micro actions that compound over time, that create transformation. And so today, for instance, what I'm recognizing in myself is the stress response is very active. Old reactive behaviors are coming up before I can even pause, before I can even be a witness, before I can even say what a pleasure, before I can even breathe. Like, it's so visceral and it's so intense and it's so overwhelming. And I know it's inviting me into a deeper layer of my own truth, a deeper layer of my own capacity to heal and transform and alchemize, and therefore receive. It's here to catalyze me to my new destiny, but it's uncomfortable. It's chaotic. It makes me feel like I'm going backwards. Maybe you feel like you're going backwards, or you're confused as to why you feel like an edge of a breakthrough for so long now, and still it's like one more layer. This is an invitation, and let this be your permission slip that you have everything within you to meet this moment right now. Again, this is why I create so many free resources on this channel, is to help you come back to that inner space of balance, right? It's not about being calm all the time. It's not about not getting triggered. I love tapping because the treasure's in the trigger. I always say, amazing, you feel triggered, let's go tap. That's like half our work, is bringing all of that up to the surface, and then somatically, subconsciously processing it in our limbic system, in our nervous system, in our perceptions, in our limiting or competing belief systems, in our energy field. And so this is a reminder that every time you make a choice, and even when you fall back, look, we're human, we're gonna fall off the bandwagon. It's more so about getting back on the bandwagon and forgiving yourself. That is what I've learned through me specifically, is that it's not when I fall off and get activated or triggered or charged up. It's then I fall into spirals of self-judgment and shame and criticism. I should be over this by now. Why am I going backwards? What's wrong with me? I must be the problem. Maybe that sounds familiar. And that's how the opponent, Kabbalistically, ultimately gets you. So, or the ego, one could say. So, let this be an invitation, an initiation, a reminder that you have everything you need inside of you to reprogram yourself to what is innately you. Peel back the layers of conditioning, of survival mechanisms, of protective mechanisms. Through each tap, through each practice, through each choice, through each moment you put your hand on your heart and reconnect with your breath, reconnect with your joy, skip down the street, I don't know, sing a song in the shower, that you are unwiring and unfiring decades, centuries, millennia of pain, of trauma, of sheer survival. You are the one your ancestors have chosen, and you're choosing this new timeline, not just for yourself, but for your entire family line, for the entire future generations to come. Words, poems, books, plays, movies will be written about you. And this maybe is the greatest plot twist. Every time you react, every time you feel anxiety, every time you just want to scream and say, what the hell is going You're doing it. You're doing an amazing job. It's a collective practice and it's an individual one. And you have every ounce of strength, of guidance, of support, of wisdom available to you. Right here, right now, in the eternal now, in this generous present moment. And the more you teach your mind, body, and nervous system that success is safe, that moments of boredom or peace or doing nothing is safe, are safe, that you shining your light is in fact safe, that you going after what you want is in fact safe, that you building that certainty from within is not just your birthright, it's your greatest contribution to the collective. I hope this lands. Let me know. Let me know what tap you're going to choose in the comments below. How you can teach your mind, body, and nervous system inner balance, inner regulation, inner stability, inner security, inner safety, regardless of what's going on outside. I mean, if I was to really look at these last handful of years, there are so many spaces of unknown, of uncertainty. As an actress, as an entrepreneur, on my health journey, just being alive on the planet right now, there's so much uncertainty. And the real flex is to find that safety and stability and security from within. And ironically, that then is what ripples out around you. You are protected, you are guided, we got this. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Welcome to the ensemble, the new artistic paradigm, the new earth. We are evolving in consciousness together. What a gift that is. Give this video a thumbs up if it resonates. And thanks for your patience with my very sweaty self. I'm cleaning right now. So I always remember this Louise Hay quote when I clean. She says, what did she say? She's like, every time I clean, I'm cleaning out the caverns of my mind. I love that. I'm cleaning out the caverns of my consciousness. I'm cleaning out the caverns of all that's held me back, and I'm letting it go with love, and it's lighting my path forward. Mwah. So much love. Ciao, ciao.